Welcome back to our channel, folks. Today, we're diving into the twisted tale of America's most notorious serial killer, Ted Bundy. But before we get into the nitty-gritty, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more spine-chilling content. Now, Ted Bundy wasn't just your average Joe with a creepy mustache. He was the real deal, the ultimate nightmare on two legs. Born Theodore Bundy in 1946, he seemed like your typical charming guy next door. But little did the world know, beneath that smile lurked pure evil. Bundy's childhood was about as normal as a three-headed unicorn. But things started to go south when he discovered his birth mother was actually his grandparents' daughter. Talk about a family tree with some seriously twisted branches. As a kid, Bundy was about as charming as a sack of potatoes. But boy, did he have a knack for manipulation. He'd charm the socks off anyone he met, luring them into his web of deceit faster than you can say stranger danger. But Bundy didn't stop at sweet talk. In the 1970s, he went on a cross-country killing spree that would make Freddy Krueger blush. From Washington to Florida, Bundy left a trail of terror in his wake. He'd lure unsuspecting women into his car with promises of help, only to turn into a real-life boogeyman. His MO? Well, let's just say it wasn't exactly PG material. He'd do some really bad stuff to his victims before ultimately ending their lives. It's like he had a one-way ticket to Creepsville with no return trip. But Bundy wasn't just some run-of-the-mill killer. He was the Houdini of homicide, escaping from custody not once, but twice. Talk about a disappearing act that would put David Copperfield to shame.
Making assault upon Cheryl Thomas, contrary to Section 81002 of Florida statutes, and your grand jurors being present and say court further give the court to be informed and understand that Theodore Robert Bundy on the 15th day of January 1978 in Leon County, Florida, did then and there unlawfully attempt to kill a human being, to which Cheryl Thomas, and knowingly or intentionally causing great bodily harm, and said attempt was perpetrated by said Theodore Robert Bundy from or with a premeditated design or intent to effect the death of said Cheryl Thomas, contrary to Section 7704 and 78204 Florida statute. Contrary to the form of the statute in such case made and provided against the peace and dignity of the state of Florida. That is the indictment handed down by the grand jury. This is the capias for your arrest for burglary.
Luckily, Bundy's reign of terror came to an end when he was finally caught in 1975. But not before he left a trail of devastation that would haunt the nation for years to come. So how exactly did they catch him? Bundy was cruising down the highway in a stolen Volkswagen Beetle. Little did he know his joyride was about to come to a screeching halt. Officer Bob Hayward of the Utah Highway Patrol spotted Bundy's Beetle and decided to do a routine traffic stop. But little did Officer Hayward know, he was about to stumble upon a whole lot more than just a busted taillight. As Officer Hayward approached the vehicle, he noticed something fishy, a whole bunch of suspicious stuff in the back seat. We're talking ski masks, gloves, handcuffs, you name it. It was like Bundy was gearing up for the world's creepiest ski trip. Sensing something wasn't right, Officer Hayward decided to dig a little deeper. And boy, did he hit the jackpot. Turns out Bundy had a stash of burglary tools hidden away, which was a major red flag. Now, here's where things get really interesting. As investigators started poking around, they realized that Bundy was linked to a whole bunch of disappearances across multiple states. It was like piecing together a twisted puzzle, one horrifying clue at a time. With mounting evidence against him, Bundy's days as a free man were numbered. He was arrested, tried, and eventually convicted for his heinous crimes. And just like that, the reign of terror was over. So, what can we learn from Bundy's twisted tale? Well, for starters, always trust your gut instincts and never get into a Volkswagen Beetle with a guy who looks like he moonlights as a movie villain. And remember, folks, stay safe out there. You never know who might be lurking in the shadows. Until next time, stay spooky, my friends. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more bone-chilling stories.